I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet, sat by the river and it made me complete. Oh, sympathies, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. Hello YouTube, my name is Drew. I'm from LearnGuitarInLondon.com and I'm going to teach you how to play Somewhere Only We Know by Keane on the guitar. So obviously Keane, not known for having guitar in their music, so this is my acoustic version of that song, trying to stay true to the original, but obviously it's on a piano. So this was a request from, I hope I'm saying this right, it's from my forum. You can access the forum below to leave a request, or you can just leave a comment at the bottom of the video. So it's a request from Drue. I hope I'm saying that right, Drue. That's the name you've given yourself on the forum. So we're going to go straight into the song. The first chord, and also I'm going to take you through the rhythm. When I went straight into the song though with the singing, I didn't do the intro, okay, so I'm going to show you what the intro is. So the first chord is an A. Now, so that we're on the same page, I label the strings by the actual letters that they are in, that they're tuned to. So Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie is a little rule that you can use to remember them. E, A, D, G, B, E, okay? So the A, you're using your, and I number the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, so now hopefully we're on the same page. Your fourth finger on the 5th string down, the B string, your third finger on the 4th string down, and your second finger on the 3rd string down, so that's on the D, G and B string, and they're all tucked in the 2nd fret. It's a good idea to use those fingers to make the A because it makes them easier to cram all into that small space, okay? And you strum the bottom 5 strings. Okay, so that's your first chord. And you're holding that, if we're doing the singing in the verses, for 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're letting the chord ring. Can you hear it still going? Rather than going, walked across. Yeah, that sounds a bit silly. We need to let it ring. So we keep the pressure held down for 4 beats. So we're counting 4. You can do that using your hand. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do that with every chord as I go through the changes, okay? Now the next chord, if you're making A the way that I've shown you, then the next chord is quite an easy change. What we're doing is we're lifting up our 3rd finger, leaving the others held down, and we're putting our 1st finger on the 1st fret on the G string, okay? And that makes an A major 7th. And we strum the bottom 5 strings for that one because that's also an A. So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then guys, we've got bar chords. So this is, if you're a complete beginner, this is going to be quite difficult, okay? But you can have a go. You might as well get started on it now, see how they go. But the chances are the chords might be a bit muted if you're a beginner. If not, then we'll just get straight into it. So your first finger, we're going to press down the bottom 5 strings. So we're not going to hold down the E string, the thickest string. So we're going to press that down on the 2nd fret. Bring our thumb around the back of the guitar, press down as hard as possible. And then with our middle finger, it's going to go on the 3rd fret on the B string. Our 3rd finger is going to go on the 4th fret on the D string, and our 4th finger is going to go on the 4th fret also on the G string. That's what the shape should look like, okay? That's called a B minor, and you're playing an A-shaped bar chord there. Okay, it's got a sad sound. Press down as hard as you can and just keep going at it. You will be able to get it, just keep going. And we're doing that for 1, 2, 3, 4 as well, okay? Then we're changing to an E suspended 4th, which isn't as hard as it sounds, okay? Here's how you do it. Go back to your A shape, okay? So that was the A chord that we had before. All you're going to do is move that shape up the strings, okay? So just like one set of strings. So now you're holding down the 2nd fret on 3 strings, but the strings have changed. You're now holding down the 2nd fret on the A string, D string and the G string. And strum all 6 strings for this one. Okay, it's a really nice chord. That's the suspended 4th. Now this one is slightly different with our changes. We're going 1, 2, so we're doing that miss, and then we're changing to an E. 1, 3, 4. Okay, so we're holding down those chords for half the amount of time than we were the previous chords. Now to change to the E is a very simple change. You just put down your first finger on the 1st fret on the G string, and we lift up our little finger to reveal the 1st finger. So it goes 2, 3, 4. That's your verse, okay? We actually do that twice for every verse, that chord progression. So once we get to there, we go around in a circle. So let's try and play it nice and slowly, and I'll call out the chords. So it's A, 2, 3, 4, A major, 7, 2, 3, then bar chord, 4, B minor, 2, 3, 4, E suspended, 4, and E, okay? I'll do it a little bit faster, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so that is your verse for you to sing along to. And we're just going to talk about what the rhythm is at the beginning. So the chords are exactly the same for the intro, but the intro should be played like this. Okay, so obviously it's the same chords, the same changes, but we now need to start focusing on our right hand, guys, okay? So we're going to start looking at what the rhythm pattern is. So the rhythm pattern is this. Down, 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 up. Okay? So, notice I'm doing a slightly louder down, which is we call an accent. So I'm going... Okay, so each chord we're doing that pattern. So it's down, doing that pattern twice, sorry. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, change chord. And obviously we're holding that for half the time, so with the E suspended 4th we're doing it for one part of the pattern, then to E for the other parts of the pattern. Let me go around in a circle. So that is your intro, and then that breaks down. So I walked across. Okay, so we do the strum part at the beginning, then we go down to holding each one for 4 beats, missing with our hands. Really good. Okay, now we're going to go to the bridge, which is the most simple thing, which I had a job singing those high notes for. It's really tough. It's too early in the morning to sing those high notes. Okay, another bar chord. Okay, it's an F sharp minor. You take your first finger and you're going to bar on the 2nd fret, but this time we're going to bar, which basically means pressing down all the strings with the flat of your finger on the for all the strings on the 2nd fret. Okay, bring your thumb around the back. Then with your 3rd and 4th finger, you're going to hold down the 4th fret on the A and the D string. Okay, so that is this. Okay. Press down really hard, give it a strum. Oh, simple thing. Hold it for 4 beats on our right hand, so we just strum it. 2, 3, 4. Then we're changing to a C sharp minor. Now, if you remember from previously, we did this B minor bar chord where we were holding down the bottom 5 strings whilst making that shape. So to make the C sharp minor, you're moving this shape. If you think of bar chords as shapes, or any chords as shapes on your fingers, it makes them a little bit easier kind of physicality to get them into your head and learn them faster. So this is your B minor. We're going to slide it up to the 3rd fret and up one more to the 4th fret. Okay, you don't actually need to pause there, but just slide from the 2nd fret, whole thing up to the 4th fret. And that makes a C sharp minor. So you're barring on the 4th fret, holding down the 5th fret on the B string, 6th fret on the D and G string. Gone. And that one we strum just the bottom 5 strings. So we've got this F sharp minor, 2, 3, C sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, and then your finger gets a break, so it's probably aching like crazy. We then change to the D. So a D chord is first finger on the 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the E string, and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, and we strum the bottom 4 strings. That's what the chord looks like. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so. Okay, so we do the D, hold it for 4 beats. Then we go back to our E suspended 4th, which was that A shape just moved up, and then and we go E suspended 2 and then E, like the end of the verses. Yeah, so we've done that before. So the whole bridge is F sharp, 2, 3, C sharp minor, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, then E suspended 4th, change, E, repeat. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it just for the sake of time. So we do that through twice, okay? And then that leads you into verse 2, that I came across a fallen tree. Now when it gets to verse 2, you hear the drums come in and kind of the arrangement gets a little bit louder. So if you bring back the rhythm that we used in the verse, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to take it from the end of the bridge. I'm getting tired and I need someone to begin. And so on and so forth. So you can hear that I've brought back the rhythm, but it's all the same chord changes as what I taught you in the previous verse. So yeah, we do the verse with the rhythm, and then the bridge. This time, instead of holding it for 4, we just keep doing that same rhythm with the chord changes. Etc. Okay? And then we're into the chorus, so if you have a minute. Now with the chorus, that's going to be in part 2 of this video, okay, this is just part 1. To watch part 2, what you need to do is you need to go to learnguitarinlondon.com, and you need to click on the sign up to the student area section. The student area has videos that aren't on YouTube, and it has guitar tablature for you to be able to read it, as well as other advice, okay? Basically, to sign up, all it takes is an email address. You can pop your name in there, but that's optional, it's up to you. And with that email address, I email you once a month just to let you know what I'm doing, what my new lessons are, and to give you hints and tips on becoming the best guitarist you can be, essentially, which is my job, which is what I like doing. Yeah, so sign up, go to that, and you can then watch part 2 of this video. It takes you immediately through to the student area, and then you just click on part 2, Somewhere Only We Know, and then I can teach you the chorus and the ending. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the lesson, and have fun, and good luck on those bar chords as well. Okay, take care, bye.